3 days have been so long, but we're here to look forward to the future. This might be the closest releases we've looked at, considering it's Saturday the 30th. This is streamed live, of course, and there's 2 days to go until September 1st. I don't think we've cut it this close before. Getting very close. But before we take a little look at today, the new sets coming out this week on Monday. Hello there, Grandmaster Yoda. Nice emojis in the name. I do have to point out, Smiths today are running a promo for Back to Hogwarts. Return to Hogwarts, September every single year, to celebrate going back to school and to celebrate Harry Potter. Celebrating Back to Hogwarts, LEGO give away a polybag, and this year's is Quidditch lessons, which is nice. This has been available to buy for about £3.50 since January 1st, but you know, free LEGO. You get the free golden snitch as well, which is always a benefit, and also the statue, which is the same torso piece as basically anywhere that has statues. Hello there, Noah. Nice to see you in stream. So I will be building this in just a second. I still have a copy of the Star Wars one as well from May. Same size paper poly bag. So no differences in that. Even the back design is almost identical. A bit of rearranging going on and all the different languages. Actually, there's more languages on the Harry Potter one than there is for the Star Wars one. We have 6 for Star Wars. I guess it's a name, Millennium Falcon. So they only had to translate it for different alphabets. Whereas Harry Potter's Quidditch lesson has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, wow. That is a lot. It says 6 plus, but it says not for 0 to 3 on the back. So it's 4 plus, except for the fact that that would probably deter a few people. It's been so long since you've been here. Did I change hello there? Nope. Hello there is still up. And it feels like it's been ages. I've recorded videos the last couple of days, but I got hit with something the last 3 days. I was out of it. No energy whatsoever. So I'm happy to be feeling better today. Don't know if you can notice how red my nose is from just blowing it for 3 days straight. But like I said, I'm going to be building the poly bag towards the end of the stream. I also, as with every single month, have a few members to dish out. So I'm aware now that you don't have to be in the stream whilst I'm doing this. So let's see how I get it done. There we go. 10 members to gift. I'm going to do 5 in each stream just because I don't know if it affects it whatsoever. Do we really know what goes on with the YouTube algorithm? Let's get them out. 5 in the mainstream. There you go. And 5 new members in shorts. Let's see who we're welcoming. Hello there, Jacob, Scrap, Stephen, Ethan, and Slayer Wolf. Welcome to Master Mouldie's Members Monolith. Actually, where did I put that? Here it is. All right, let's bring out the members board. You will all be getting your name on the Master Mouldie members board. Running out of space here. I actually might need a new one. And then over on the other stream, we have Parixie Cadone. Sorry for mispronouncing that. Tom, Ligma, Sean, and Sunscapes. Welcome to the membership. Maybe next time, Noah, every single month there's another 10 members added to Master Mouldie's members monolith. And maybe I just need another 32 by 32. Maybe we have the second monolith, or monoliths stand tall. What if I build this? What if I continue this downwards and have this? I could put this on the wall just over there because we've got quite a bit of vertical height, and then just keep the members flowing. I'll size it up. I'll see if I can fit a 48 by 48, in which case I might have to mix up the colors. I'm not sure they would work so well in their strips, but let's get straight into the September releases, because we have 20, well, we don't actually have 29 sets. We have 30 sets to look forward to this year, and first time using this layout, so I'm going to have to remember to stay this side of the screen. But with the 29 sets, they're missing one, and I worked out before this stream which one they were missing, because it's it's an interesting set, and it is one coming out on Monday. But first, a question from chat: what's the best and cheapest way to build a clone army? Ooh, stay tuned for a video coming out that reveals probably not the cheapest way to pick up minifigures, but yeah, reveals a way you can get some shock troopers for pretty cheap. I think the cheapest way is probably through like battle packs, picking up battle packs. And if you've got a way to, I know not everyone can run a Bricklink store, I tried it, it wasn't for me, but if you have a secondhand Lego store nearby, perhaps donating the builds, maybe even the droids. I know droids are only worth a couple of quid, but that's still, you know, in a 16, 15 pound battle pack, which is what the 2024 one's selling for, the January one. Was that 2024? Or was that this year? Either way, the new battle pack, that comes with 3 shinies, a shock trooper and some droids. If you sell the builds, sell the droids, you're probably making most of your money back. So the clone troopers will cost nothing compared to Bricklink, Brick Owl. I think that's the best way of doing it. Picking them up in sets. And then even the ATTE for 212. I've seen so many people selling Cody, selling the gunner. Lots of people wanted more than one gunner. So selling the gunner and making some money back. Slayer Wolf, hello there. Welcome to the members Monolith board. Nice of you to join. And oh yes, Gizmo was announced today. I don't know how many people have seen that, but going back to the set missing, I have wish lists, of course I do, of every set as it's announced. So this is what we're going to be taking a look at for September, and briefly at the end, taking a little look at the October one. But you'll notice one set that doesn't show up in the 2 pages on Lego right now is still up. It's still up on the site, and it's Cruella de Vil's car. Lego have hidden this, and I don't understand why. It doesn't make sense. No problem. It's a great set, £45. Okay, might seem a bit steep for a car. It's quite a long car, mind you. And some of the details in this look really good. But look, pre-order this item today. It will ship from the 1st of September. I thought that was what it was, actually. The fact that it was pre-orders, I thought maybe the pre-orders aren't showing on this. But then look at the advents. Pre-order, pre-order, pre-order. Even the bouquet, pre-order. Wally, everything's on pre-order pretty much, which, fair enough. And I don't know why it's not showing up on their new page. Lego have probably just forgotten about it. They do this every month. Every month I've noticed, and we've noticed on these streams, that there's at least one set that doesn't show up on their new page. And I don't know why. I don't know if it is showing up and there's just like a secret pocket somewhere here. By the way, I do have to point out the filters that I'm using. If you don't want any of the sets that have just come out, I only search for pre-orders and coming soons. So Cruella's car should be showing up. There's 2 Disney sets, but they're both the Advent. Oh no, the Advent and Wally. We don't get 2 Disney Advents. So don't know where it is, but it is a really good set. £45, again steep. But I saw today when picking up the Harry Potter poly bag. Hello there, Alfie. On your break at work. Probably won't be back. Hello there, nice of you to drop by. I noticed when picking up the Harry Potter poly bag that they had the Cruella dress. I like the dresses. They've got 2 Disney dresses, the Cruella and Maleficent, and then the Cinderella. But this set, £60 set, and my Smiths had it. I had to check it wasn't like a broken box or a return set or anything like that, because a lot of the times the discounts that are as good as this are for returns or, you know, sets that might not be fully there or they can't verify. And this was £40. When I say I've never considered a set so much, usually that's because I consider it a little bit and then I pick it up. It's very quick between the two. But this one, I was back and forth, £40. Do I pick it up? Because, I mean, it's like a third off each of the dresses. The Cinderella dress is, well, £35. So it's just over a third off each of the dresses. And £40 for both of these. Oh, I still don't know how I didn't pick it up. I definitely want to make some of these for Padme's dresses. I think that's going to look so good when we get around that. My short reminded you to get the poly bag. No problem. Yes, free Lego has to be done, doesn't it? You work at a B&M and they had the Spider-Man train down to £42. B&M's got some good deals, but it's very hard to find which ones are in stock. Usually I find out B&M deals through other people posting them, so thank you for letting me know. Keep us posted on anything else that I have, especially Ninjago, Star Wars. We're interested in all themes here, to be completely honest. But there's a few different themes dropping in September, and throughout September we've got Arkham Asylum, which is the big modular for superheroes this year. That drops on the 9th of September. We've also got Hogsmeade dropping the 1st or the 4th for non-insiders. Wonka dropping like the 18th, the Black Pearl dropping the 15th. Every week there is a big Lego set dropping in September, building up to a certain big October set that, you know, is going to be announced this Thursday. Stay tuned for that stream. We will be streaming the Lego stream just like we did when Soundwave was announced. Went to buy it, but someone stole it. Oh no, my lord, is that legal? All right, enjoy your work as much as you can. And yeah, it's gonna not be as long as the ATST build stream this. We're not gonna be going for like 8-9 hours. But maybe I'll see you drop by later. What's my top 3 Lego themes? Oh, easy Star Wars, easy. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna throw Ninjago. I'm going to throw Ninjago up there. And Ninjago, and you know what? It's not easy, is it? It's not. Star Wars, Ninjago, and Marvel, I probably have more of than anything. No, Minecraft. Ooh. Star Wars, Minecraft, Marvel. Sorry, Ninjago, you got booted. Speaking of Marvel, Arkham Asylum for DC is taking over this year's giant build. So, a lot of people talking about a Luthor Tower for Superman next year, which would be lovely to see. Hello there, Groovers. And I wonder if we're going to get a Marvel one instead. Do you think they'll back-to-back DC builds? Because DC doesn't get too many sets. DC's not as popular as Marvel in terms of a Lego theme and how populated it is. And I do think James Gunn's DC universe with Superman. I still haven't watched Blue Beetle. Haven't watched Peacemaker. Still getting new episodes. Need to catch up on that because I'm so excited for it. I do think it could get more sets, but I don't know if 2 like D2C level sets are the way to go for DC. D2C is usually a direct to consumer. Based on this being a new exclusive set, I assume it's only going to be sold in Lego stores and Lego affiliated stores, not like your regular toy store that usually gets Smiths. Usually gets Lego sets like Smiths here in the UK. That's my go-to, and they tend to not pop up really anywhere else. So perhaps this will be a hard one to find as well. Set looks good though. Check out the minifigure lineup. Doesn't look too bad. I've grown accustomed to all these figures. I don't think I would swap. I said about Scarecrow and Mr. Freeze, I would have swapped those. Mr. Freeze having, you know, the orange jumpsuit and the dome, and then maybe Scarecrow having a fig. And Mr. Freeze does come with the light blue air tanks, so that's quite a nice piece to get. Expensive set to pick up. £270, and we've already got the Italian Riviera. Riviera, did I spell that right? Italian Riviera. Okay, the I's in the wrong space. But we did also get the light blue air tanks in this set, revealed in that image on the back of the box. Oh, the box is popping out the screen. That's quite cool. It's a nice effect, but we can't see the price. So maybe Lego should fix that. Actually, the entire image is I don't know what I've done there. Hopefully that's not true for the rest of these sets. Some of these we will be flying by just a little bit. Hello there, Pepsi Trooper. For you, your top 3 Lego theme would be Star Wars, Icons, DC. You know what? I haven't even thought about Creator. I look like a ghost, don't I? I am slowly... Let's get some of that light away. There we go. Now I'm a very dark ghost. But Creator is a theme that I completely forgot about. I think Creator would have to be one of my top 3. Creator, Star Wars. Oh, I really like some of the Marvel builds, but recently, historically, Marvel's up there. I think it's similar, like with yours, DC, with the Batcave and the New Asylum. Marvel's up there for the Avengers Tower, the Bugle, and even some of the newer, smaller modular builds. I quite like those. They're like Oscorp and the little corner shop. So I might have to substitute Marvel out for... because all the endgame battles getting a bit repetitive. Maybe Minecraft. Star Wars, Creator, and Minecraft. There you go. We do have a few brickheads, Elphaba and Glinda, alongside the Harry Potter ones. Again, back to Hogwarts. We've got the poly bag that we're building in a sec. And this one's quite good with a Thestral. There's a buildable Thestral at the minute. And I don't know if it's a new set. I think it's already out. I remember seeing it at a Lego store. Very different build to this. This Thestral is... it doesn't even look that blocky, mind you. But there's a Thestral and a baby Thestral that have recently come out for Harry Potter. There's one. Thestral family. More of a Technic build than Lego, especially with the legs as they are. Getting them that thin with Lego bricks would be as fragile as the Malfoy Manor. The eyes glow in the dark as well. That's the cool thing about this. They're using those Ninjago / Batman wings that we've seen on the odd Batmobile and Dragon. And actually that towel is Lego bricks, so those bar and clips are working really nicely, especially if they're glow-in-the-dark clips, which I want to say they should be, but I don't know how well that would work for a clip element. If it was made out of the glow-in-the-dark material, we don't tend to get too many fragile pieces out of it. I guess if it works for Nearly Headless Nick in the old Harry Potter set, it's got to work for the Thestral. Surely, right? Glow-in-the-dark clips. Anyway, back to the September sets. Been sidetracked so much already. The Goblet of Fire includes the Horntail Dragon, which I didn't recognise at first. Looks like a spooky coloured buckbeak. Who... Harry Potter. We've got a buckbeak brickheads. Is there a brickheads? Yeah. There's only 2. And I think they're the new 2, so they're out of stock as is. I'm pretty sure we've got a buckbeak brickheads. So maybe it's a little similar, but that is meant to be the dragon. We've got, there you go, the Hungarian Horntail Dragon, as well as Harry Potter, Cedric, and the first brickheads of Victor and Fleur, which are the middle 2 here. Middle 2 characters from the Triwizard Tournament, which is nice. Nice for getting some of that. I can't remember how old these movies are. I don't know if they're releasing brickheads in certain sets based on anniversaries of movies. We're not getting it in Star Wars. I doubt they're doing it for Harry Potter. But it would be cool if this was a something anniversary of it, especially if the Thestral pops up in the same movie. I really need to go back and rewatch Harry Potter. We got a list. We're working through the sequels at the minute. We're watching Force Awakens, and that's part of our 1 through 9 of Star Wars. Then we've got a whole list of things. Harry Potter's definitely on its way, and there's a ton of shows as well that we're also watching. All right, now this is quite a, I don't want to say it's popular, and it's not quite controversial. It's walking the line between being popular and controversial. It's riding off a lot of the energy from the Diagon Alley UCS set, Harry Potter UCS set, which is just a collector's edition set. It's basically an ultimate collector's edition set, this, because, well, Or is it Master Builders? I guess this is the Harry Potter equivalent of Master Builders because we get a few different ships, a few different shops. A few different ships. I guess the UCS would be like the giant Hedwig on the books, and this is Master Builders. Back in the day, you're so hyped about the release of LEGO Creators Expert Carousel. That was a good set. I remember seeing that at Legoland, I think, years after it retired even, but seeing that at Legoland, and it still looks so good. It would work next to some of the modern day roller coasters, honestly, in a theme park. But Hogsmeade Village is the reason I think it borders popularity and controversial. Is like the rose between two thorns, is because the Diagon Alley set did really well. Similar to this, it folded up actually, which I don't think this one does, because Hogsmeade is just one straight, row of shops, nothing on the other side. Snowy Field maybe, whereas Diagon Alley was very closed in. It was an alley at the end of the day. We get a few good minifigures. There's quite a nice selection here with all the characters, again, sticking out just over the end. But LEGO have just released a set not too long ago with the candy shop here and the pub. So it does feel like, and they're doing so much at the same scale as that playset. They've got a lot of the Diagon Alley shops at the minute, a playset scale, as opposed to trying to cram every last detail in. It does look like a playset, yeah. It does have an open back. Let's get, whoa, okay, that's massive. There you go. You can't see me, but you can see that the back is completely open, and that will deter some people as well. I think had they added a built bag to the back of this, you're looking at least 500 quid. That's a lot of money for this set, so I can understand why they didn't. I can't remember if Diagon Alley has built back. Should we see if it's still up? Diagon Alley, diagonally. So this is that's the UCS set. The UCS set is still available and around the same price, which is impressive because Hogsmeade looks a little bigger than this, but it's got 3 chunks, so it might be a little taller. There is the newer one that's scaled down if you don't want to spend as much, but let's face it, still a very expensive set. And the back of this was also open, but it feels like it was closed in a bit more as well. I guess maybe a few bits protruding out. Never noticed that. I guess everything I saw about the set was from the front, and just to show you it folding in half, come on, someone's got to have it. Someone's got to have it. Maybe because it's modular. Here's an image. Oh no, that's a video. Now, maybe because it's modular, you could just display 2 buildings opposite each other, and you could mix and match as well. So I guess the same is true for Hogsmeade, in the sense that it's 3 chunks, so you could have the pub at the end and the 2 other bits lining a shelf, or you could have it the opposite way. You could have it like corner out a shelf in case it goes around a wall. So the 3 chunks do make it really easy to display, a lot better than if it was all built on one. Even if there was like Technic pins or something connecting it, I just feel like that'd be way too fragile to even look at without something going wrong. A load of Easter eggs on the inside, and I also think there's a few exclusive, probably stickers. For that price you would want prints, I can't blame you for that, but probably a few exclusive stickers and little bits dotted around. We do have another case of the Gringotts, I think, with Honeydukes to an extent. I mean, they don't look too bad. They've got the space between the word in the middle, but given Honeydukes is one word, a little bit too much space in there. So it's probably his stickers, a lot of detail going around. The 3 broomsticks is really cool. The fact that they've actually used the heads of the brooms, I really like some of the designs into this. That's worth the money. You're not paying just to have these on display. There's play sets out there that might still be available. I doubt it. They're not available still with this on shelves. No, Hogsmeade Village Visit. It must have retired last year. Didn't realise it was so old. And this is what we've used in our Harry Potter diorama as well. It would make for a good winter village, I'll admit, but I think a lot of people would probably be picking it up Black Friday sales next year to build for Christmas 2026. But just to show you the quality of alternatives. Ooh. All right, we'll take a look at that in a second. Let's not get too distracted. This is what the playset looked like. Can't bring it up side by side, but I can flick very quickly between them. Playset, UCS. Playset, collectors. Even the roof, that roof slopes in, and this roof is fully built out. And the chimneys are awesome in that set. These chimneys are just bricks stacked on top of each other. There's some good detail into this as well, and it's still a great set. But this just looks, it's bigger. Doesn't always mean better, but they've actually managed to pull it off. It's quite a bit bigger as well. These buildings are like 12 studs wide. These buildings are at least 16, probably pushing 20. Probably pushing 20. To be fair, the gift with purchases this year have been up to standards. The gift with purchases have been really cool, especially for Harry Potter. So you just saw, not advertised on the new Harry Potter sets, but on current Harry Potter sets, or retired Harry Potter sets, we have some Back to Hogwarts celebrations going on for the first week of September. So let's take a break in sets. Any other Harry Potter sets besides the Advent calendar? Any play sets? Any cheaper sets for fans of Harry Potter that don't want to spend? I guess we got the brick heads as well. So there are a few cheaper sets. But for Back to Hogwarts, there are a few gift with purchases, such as £35, just like the Falcon was given away. For Star Wars purchases over £35, we have the Quidditch lessons given away for over £35 of Harry Potter sets, which should include the brick heads. So if you were to pick up both brick heads, or just the Goblet of Fire brick heads, you'd get yourself the free poly bag if you didn't go to Smith's today. There's a special gift with purchase for just the Hogsmeade Village, which, you know, we're talking hundreds of pounds, so fair. £15.99 sign, which looks cool because this whole thing in the middle here is floating. There's a little Honeyduke sign. There's a badger. No. Why did I say? That's the free broomsticks, isn't it? That looked like a badger at the start there. Then we also have, I don't know my Harry Potter well enough to know what that is on the right, but another shop that's part of Hogsmeade with an image of the diorama. That's quite nice that it floats there, and it feels very magical with the gate, almost a LEGO Dimensions, I want to say. Yes, indeed, it is a paper poly bag. All poly bags from now on are packed in a paper poly bag, and it goes for magazines as well. Magazines also have paper poly bags to enable them to be recyclable, which LEGO bags I didn't realise for a long time aren't recyclable in America, the actual plastic bags. And I think the paper ones in sets as well. These are, I'm going to have to open this now because these are straight up paper. But the LEGO paper bags in sets still aren't recyclable because they're plastic lined, and the plastic that LEGO use isn't recyclable in America, which boggles my mind. And why they don't just switch to straight up paper? Maybe they're worried of bricks breaking through for like old sets that haven't been opened. Imagine you pick up an old set that, like the gunship that we saw in April, £350 for a sealed gunship, and then you go to open the box and the paper bags have just got so many holes in from all the bricks breaking through that you have to build it all pieces laid out at once. I could see, especially for the big sets that LEGO make, I can see that being a genuine concern they have. And then we also have the purchases of £115 or more. We have the Room of Requirement, which I personally really like. There's a few different references in here. I like the fact that I think these are meant to just be drapes around the Room of Requirement. I think they look like sleeping bags or hammocks. I feel like this cockpit, which I have in a trans brown, I think it was before they changed it to trans black. I have a few of these pieces. They make perfect hammocks, especially in this green color. just hanging there between the wall. And like I said, so much detail crammed into this little box of a room that does fold up. Look, folds up into an 8x8. Little modular 8x8 brick, and then opens up. It fits in with a castle. Oh, that's where you could get one of the the potion classrooms and something like that. I guess the gift with purchase also slots in there. What would have been nice though is, I guess we've already got the sign for Hogsmeade. What would have been nice if this fit in with Hogsmeade and was perhaps another reference, but I suppose the people meeting this requirement, not picking up Hogsmeade, are picking up some of the other Harry Potter sets. Let's take a quick little look at them, because we have so many collector sets. All right, we've got the new Hogsmeade. We have not including that. It's an expensive set, same as Diagon Alley. It's more of just a general 18+ set. We have Gringotts, we have the Burrow, we have Diagon Alley still available. We have the Hedwig. That's 5. Right, let's keep going here. We've got, these are a few of the other classes that will fit in with the Hogwarts. Not the big Hogwarts, I'm counting that. That's set number 6. So we have at least 6 collector sets out right now, which is nuts. That's quite a good book nook as well. But look at that, £90 for the book nook, or £115 for the station with another carriage. I would pay the extra £25 for the extra carriage and the station. I feel like it's kind of a no-brainer, but then maybe the book nooks for a different audience. I don't read a lot of physical books, and a lot of people that have already picked up the station have probably also picked up the book nook. So that is the 3 gift with purchases for the Return to Hogwarts. In terms of make and takes, because I think it was last year that we built our ones at a Lego store, I haven't heard anything about any make and takes, and there's usually there is a way you can find Lego events. I have it bookmarked on my other window. Let me have a little look, see if I can find if any Lego events are happening near me. Let's go for the Leicester Square store. That will probably be the one that all of them are at. We've got the Come and Play. If you didn't watch my last Lego store video, they are doing a new Come and Play experience where Lego stores are always building new sets, and if you go into a Lego store, you can actually build some of the new sets alongside the staff. Add a few pieces here and there, but you know, that sounds quite like a fun experience. There's a Build a Dragon challenge, which I think is using the play tables that they've got, and this is what I wanted to see. All right, let's bring this across so that you can see it. You've got a make and take Butterbeard truck. This looks awesome. Uses the wheels from the new racers, I think, from the Soapbox racers. Is it? They're clear wheels. Not entirely sure about that. I'm going to have to try and build this. This is, in the UK at least, the 6th to the 7th. So Saturday and Sunday, the first Saturday and Sunday of the month, which I'm surprised Smiths didn't wait. Got in there today with these because the new sets aren't out yet. So there's not much to be promoting. Harry Potter's got a load of sets. I guess Brickhead's being exclusive to Lego and the collector set being exclusive to Lego. There's actually no new sets coming out in Smiths for Harry Potter. So it makes sense why they did it before now, but usually they wait until the weekend after. And yeah, limited quantity, set times as well. Check your local Lego stores, see when this is happening. I don't have the colours for this, but I probably have enough pieces to try and part this out. So I will be giving that a go at some point as well. And quite nice pieces, I have to say. I'm trying to see, because this is a gold element, but I'm wondering where the red piece starts and where that stops and the gold piece starts. Is that gold tap next to a red tile? I don't know, but either way, we have a few butterbeer cups over from the CMF, the Harry Potter CMF a while back. Great elements. I think they even give R2 a butterbeer in the Jubba Sail barge. I think I have R2. Yes, they do. I have R2-D2 down here. R2 from the Sail barge UCS set does have a butterbeer and a chocolate milkshake, or a hot chocolate. Oh, hot chocolate from Lego Friends. That's what they were introduced as. I'm pretty sure it was a different piece for the chocolate mousse in Harry Potter. Probably one of the first chocolate elements though. So stay tuned for the Build a Butterbeer. Build a Butterbeer. That is satisfying to say. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory got announced fairly recently. LEGO have been slowly building up to October, and we just got Gizmo for October 1st. And like I said, Thursday, we're going to have a very special Star Wars announcement for October. I think it will be like October 4th for the public, similar to the Hogsmeade, and access to it early for insiders. It looks very chocolatey. LEGO Insiders early access. The insiders get a golden ticket as well. If this set doesn't come with its own golden ticket, missed opportunity. But all the minifigures do. Let's get a close-up of that. The set is amazing. Look at the golden tickets. Every minifigure has them. Actually, even the dads of... Wait, hold on. How's the dad got a golden ticket too? Did he buy two? Did he get himself a golden ticket? Oompa Loompas. Oh, this is cool. And this is just a minifigure lineup. Take a look at the actual set. Candy everywhere. Dual faces for some. This is the Gene Wonka, which was the right way to go for a LEGO set. We've got the giant lollipop. So many printed pieces. And this is icons. No, this is ideas, not icons. So this is a set that either won a competition or got enough votes. I think this is one of the 10k votes, honestly. It would make sense if it was. I bet there's been a few of these submitted, and we have everything. We got the chocolate fountain, we've got the flowers that are teacups on the inside. They actually used teacups on the flowers. Great piece usage. Some of the toadstools that was like cream on the white. Again, need to rewatch Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. About Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is what the set is called. And the boat fits everyone inside. This is one of my favorite features of it. Rarely do you get all the minifigures fitting in one specific element. Usually they're spread out, but you've got all the minifigures seated there. An Oompa Loompa at the front. Definitely space for an Oompa Loompa at the back. Maybe a second at the front. Maybe one Oompa Loompa doesn't fit, because they have stood one to the side. But look at that, the whip element as well, used here. I think these are actually held on, they're just clipped onto the whip element, which might be the first time we've got that clip piece in clear. I know we've had it in gold, used that for the 3PO battle droid we made, and the piece usage around this is so good. 52 centimeters wide. That is a massive table. That's like 1.5 meters in diameter. This looks so good. Hey, I should probably start building mine. We do have a polybag built. Here's the statue. There we go. We've got Harry, and do you remember what the tools were called? And the bat. Harry and the bat.
I know, a bludgeon?
Bludgeon, that makes sense. You know what, that's not Harry Potter related, is it? And they call bludgeons. Bludgeons are what the yeah, I don't think that's Harry Potter related. Cool jumper though, that isn't exclusive to this poly bag. It was used on the one that teaches Harry. He wears it as well. Oliver. He wears the same jumper, and we've got, I think in the Quidditch Lessons playset, we actually got Oliver in the jumper. Let's have a look, see if that is on here. LEGO are always removing different sets. It looks to be this set. Yeah, there you go. Same jumper that Oliver's wearing in this one. Actually, this doesn't look half bad. What is this little hidden compartment? I don't remember this one coming out, but it must have been a recent addition. like last sort of year or so. You got the statue as well and all the different little pieces. And you do have a chest, one of the Minecraft chests for the giant red ball and the golden snitch, which again featured in this image just down here. So it kind of feels like an homage to this set here. It definitely does. And there's enough pieces we've seen on the pick and brick wall. There's some of the big arches that look like this panel piece here that you could get enough tan elements to rebuild this. I had a little look when I was picking this up in Sainsbury's to see if they had the Sarlacc pit still. They've got rid of it now. They no longer stock the Sarlacc pit, but it was 75% off. Oh, and it also fits the rooms inside. Yeah, this is definitely a new addition to Harry Potter. Can't believe I missed when this came out, but this looks like a good set, and happy to have the poly bag. Yeah, this, look, cane sugar as well. Mixing their own chocolate. That, it just looks so good. It works so well. I don't know what this element is. Oh. Oh, no, I think I do. I just think it's the way it's connected on the bracket makes it look a bit odd. Yeah, it's not a common piece to have. It's nice to see it in Ideas. I thought that was a part of it then. Great set, and I cannot wait to see the next Ideas one because we're waiting on a Wallace and Gromit, and I don't know what else at the minute. Wallace and Gromit seems to be all. Another set coming out September, another massive set. End of the year is always when the expensive sets come out, and then we go back to January and they get a little bit cheaper. With the Hot Tub Trooper, this introduces us to LEGO game sets. Well, between Cal Kestis was an anniversary minifigure. We had Malak, who was also an anniversary minifigure. Revan was a poly bag. So the Hot Tub Trooper, if I'm right in thinking, is the first time that a game character exclusive to the games. You could argue, well, Darth Vader's popped up in like every Star Wars game, right? And we get so many Darth Vader minifigures, but the Hot Tub Trooper is exclusive to LEGO Star Wars 1, LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga, and LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. There has not been a Disney special or anything that has included a Hot Tub Trooper outside of these LEGO games. So, with that in mind, this might be the first game exclusive character that is featuring, Star Wars at least, that is featuring in a LEGO Star Wars set. I don't think we've had anything else like it. Let's fix the light in there. And it makes it interesting for what's to come, what else we could get. I wouldn't complain if the next Rebuild the Galaxy comes with a nice Merrin minifigure. That would be nice to get. Not even called the Black Pearl. Yes, I noticed that. First thing I noticed now, after the whole debate with Django's starship, I noticed that they called it Captain Jack Sparrow's pirate ship. And it seems obvious to me why they did this. How many people are going to be searching Black Pearl? Do they remember what the Black Pearl is called compared to Captain Jack Sparrow? Sparrow! I think more people will recognise Jack Sparrow's name as opposed to Black Pearl. Now, they could have called it Captain Jack Sparrow's Black Pearl. We just saw it's not Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, it's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. So they've merged it. Maybe Captain Jack Sparrow's pirate ship, the Black Pearl. We've seen long-winded names from LEGO before, but when we were out today, my fiance pointed out there is an Animal Crossing set called the Costume Shop. And you know what? This is going to be really funny if it just doesn't show here. Because it's called the Costume Shop and it's the Able Sisters shop. Let's see if we can get this up. And they've just called it the Okay. Hold on a second. They've swapped it out. What's this? Able Sisters clothing shop. They called it the Costume Shop. Maybe that was just a Smith's thing and a Sainsbury's thing. But they both called it the Costume Shop, which I thought was odd.
No, I'm searching this.
It definitely was. It definitely was. definitely was called that. I know they fooled me with the Star Wars sets, but it definitely was called the costume shop. And now this is the sort of naming convention that we expect. Able Sisters Clothing Shop. Flat out called the costume shop. 100%. Maybe that was its original name, costume shop. We're getting that fact checked. That's what I expect from something like the Black Pearl. Captain Jack Sparrow's pirate ship, the Black Pearl. Pirate ship is quite popular. LEGO have made a few pirate ships recently, so they definitely wanted to get that in. I can't see why they can't add it all. And also, dual molded legs on Jack. A lot of people complain that he's the only one that has dual molded legs. I don't think anyone else really could have, because even like with the boots, the brown boots, they're not going to work as well. And I feel like it can be overdone if everyone has them. So Captain Jack with those dual molded legs looks so good. I have an old Captain Jack minifigure. Might have to pick this figure up if it's a keyring or anything in the future. It'd make a nice keyring. And Barbossa with that skeleton head. Do they show us any close-ups? There we go. Look at Barbossa's head. That's a great idea. I just wish Jack had the same. I know, kind of spoilers for the first movie, but isn't calling it Captain Jack's Black Pearl kind of spoilers as well? I feel like the whole skeleton thing happens before Jack steals back the ship. So, I don't know. I don't know why they didn't go for it. Maybe they did, and it's just a hidden feature of the set. I've seen a few people have this early. No reviews on it. More so just check out this ship. I think people have had too much fun enjoying it to be able to fully review this. So I haven't seen any of the minifigures up close, but the fact that it also comes in two parts. It has a bottom that can be detached so that you can display this ship like it's sailing through water. I think this would look great with a nice deep blue marble counter. Very specific, very expensive. Maybe you can get some like sticky lining that you can put over a wooden surface, but something that looked like the ocean on a side, and then you remove the bottom of the boat, have it on top so it looks like it's sailing, could be nice. Or better yet, like some sort of, I want to say like fish tank. I don't know how well this would do in a fish tank. It doesn't float. It says that on, I think it's on the box. Because it's a boat, they all have to say that they don't actually float. Might be one of the bits down there. And it might be in the description. It doesn't float, so you could remove the bottom, submerge it in a fish tank, add some sand to the bottom, and make it look like it's sunk all the way down to the depths of Davy Jones' locker. The axles on either side move out the cannons. That's a great feature. The steering wheel on the top actually rotates the rudder as well. This wheel on the back here, spinning that to the left, to the right, actually rotates the rudder. That's nuts that works. And we've got some hidden booty. And I think we also saw the captain's quarters, which apparently fits both of these figures with the top attached. I'm impressed at that because it doesn't look like it does. With these studs here, it does not look like they fit, but there's probably a way to like jimmy them in and get them fitting in the same space. Where there's a will, there's a way, and Will does indeed come with the set. Will Turner, I think the best follow-up to this, now we got the Black Pearl, which isn't a bad price. £300 is expensive, but you know, that would drop very quickly to sort of $250 for a full-on pirate ship that looks as good as this. There'll be so many people picking this up. I wouldn't be, but if I had £300 to spend, it would probably be on this set out of all of them coming out so far. Willy Wonka's a close second, but yeah, definitely on that pirate ship. Oh, and Arkham. I tell you what, fans of DC, Harry Potter, Willy Wonka, and Pirates of the Caribbean have got a hard month, or a hard year, because I'm sure there's going to be a few other sets. We've looked at the Advents, but I will look back at them in just a second, because Advent season is pretty much upon us. And we've got some wicked sets. A few more Friends builds with some nice animals. Look at the butterflies. Didn't even notice them. Giant butterflies on either side. flying monkey in there. I wonder if that's just one mold or if that's like detachable wings. If it's a two-piece. No close-ups of the figures? No. Okay. We'll have to wait for an in-hand review of that. And we also have the introduction of minifigures in this wall art here and the bookends. Some real nice minifigures. We get Glinda and Alphabet in both of them. I want to say they're different costumes, but they might actually be the same. Glinda looks a little different. Might just be the lighting. Nice bubble there. And in the bookends, we get 4 characters from Wicked. In the Emerald City art, we get Dorothy, Toto, the Tin Man, the Lion, and the Scarecrow in a nice Wicked fashion from the end of part 2, which is coming out later this year. So that's my favourite of all the Wicked sets so far. I really love the school. Shiz University. The University set that came out in the first wave was my favourite of that, but this wall art beats it. It's a bit 3D as well. I wonder if this stands up on its own like the ET Moon Wall one that I submitted for ideas. There was another one that was very similar to it, and it is probably thick enough to stand up on its own. Look at that. The base does come out quite a bit, but I don't know if I'd want to risk it trying to stand it up. It does hook on a wall. The back of it isn't too pretty, but there's 2 screw holes to hook it on the back. And even if you're laying this on a shelf, I would probably recommend screwing it in just so it doesn't fall, because those art sets have a load of small pieces and a few of these are pretty rare colors as well. Not to mention the minifigures. If Elphaba falls, she ain't flying away from that one. She's gonna go splat and you don't want to damage that figure. The Nike Dunk set, not sure this one will go down too well. That jumping out the boot actually looks quite nice. That one ain't half bad, and I'm sure the basketball hoop will be reused. If it hasn't already been used for City, it will see a bunch of reuses later down the line. Actually, LEGO used to have a whole basketball theme where they had actual playable basketball characters. The hood here is a recolor from Hidden Side. Anyone remember that? The old little kind of haunting theme, the Halloweeny theme. And that is a recolor from the main character of that. I feel like the net has definitely been used before. And the backboard doesn't seem to be built out of Lego bricks. Hello there, built by Jace. Welcome to the stream. But what would be cool is if the boot you could pull back and actually launch. That would be cool. What are the odds? Oh, that's crazy. It actually works. This is going to be popular. I can see this being very popular. I'm going to have to test out that mechanism. Oh, and now it explains why it's not brick built at the hoop. Maybe this is going to be exclusive. It'd be nice to see it in some sort of Lego City build. Yeah, this looks cool. Oh, wow. So you've got a little flick system. I wonder if it works with a shoe on top. I feel like the shoe just might be a case for when it's on display. And the fact the minifigure can hold the ball as well is pretty nice. But that mechanism underneath. Yeah, there's definitely something at play here. So the shoe does lift when you pull it down, which launches the minifigure towards the hoop. But then you can also use it. You can also use it without. Where did we just see that image? Oh, there you go. This one. There. You can also shoot hoops without. That's going to be so fun. We used to have, it was like a wooden one, similar to this, where you could launch the basketballs at the hoop, and it was so hard to get them in. But it was so much fun, because you'd sit there for hours trying to get it in. Nice Technic beam as well, so that's going to be nice and secure. Oh, this one's tempting. This one's tempting. Out of all the Nike sets, that's my favourite. We've already seen the Nike Dunk Lego set. We've got the t-shirts. They've also removed now the basketball. You can't even view the web page of the basketball. So I think they fell through. And I don't think the literally release day, we got to see them. leading up, and they'd already removed it from the new page. I think that was the last month's one that they removed. And then they've completely removed the basketball now. So I don't think you can buy the basketball. Anyone that did find that in a Lego store, I'm sure is putting that on a high shelf, putting that on a pedestal, because that's going to be worth so much money. We might as well, while we're here, take a look at the other set. This is probably only for display. Not sure the hoop's big enough. Oh, yeah. It's a close one. It's a close one, but I think it would work. My only worry is the pin side, whether or not that would fit. And honestly, surprised that LEGO didn't put the pin in the middle. Maybe that's because they're using a similar element to the latest, not the claw machine, the gumball machine that comes with the minifigures inside. You could hide a minifigure inside of that. Maybe hide a minifigure with a basketball inside of that. Playing basketball with a basketball. Cruella de Vil's car we looked at the top of the stream. So let's go Wally. Let's go Disney first. And then we'll go to Spider-Man, because I know we're all excited about the Spider-Man CMF. Wally, Eve, and Mo, just off to the side here. Feels like, again, could have expanded that time. Some of the titles are so long, like, oh, the only one I'm thinking of is Republic Juggernaut. And that's just because it's 2 big words. It's only 2 words. But some of the titles can be a real stretch. So, and Mo, it wouldn't have been too much. Some people would just want Mo, because Mo's about the same size as the Wally and Eve brickheads. So, kind of feels like it's a third secret brickheads that they're releasing for the Wally line. Oh, and we also get, is there a name to the cockroach? How? We also get How. Where's How? I feel like they were all, oh, there, on Wally's shoulder. Look at that. We get the 4 of them. How as well. They should have included a Lego Twinkie. That would have been nice. And you get a garbage cube for Wally. You get a boot for Eve that fits in Eve's torso, and the garbage cube, very well put together, for Wally. There's the boot that fits inside. Still looks nice with the front piece taken off, and then you've got the garbage masher, I guess, inside Wally that forms the trash cubes. This is so cool. Hello there, Autistic Tank enthusiasts. Saw the Wally sets on shelves, really want it. Yeah, this looks so cool. I think there's also, they look too big to actually be the 2x2 underside tiles. I want to say that's like a shield piece for Wally's eyes. Mo looks awesome. Definitely going to be building Mo at some point, just to add alongside the brickheads. I want to say that's a shield element or something like that for Wally's eyes. Maybe it is just a 2x2 and the photos are making it pop a bit more, but that mechanism inside it looks fun. The only thing I'd worry about is whether or not the studs would hold it on too well. Maybe the door's too heavy for the hinges, but 3 studs there. Well, maybe you'd have to turn 2 of them outwards. At least you have the option, by the looks, and the tread has quite a bit of suspension, which LEGO seem to be given to absolutely everything. So this is a great set. 60 quid might seem a bit steep for some of you, but remember, £60 for sets that come out in like May, June, are already dropping down to £40. So if you don't want to pick this up September 1st, wait till Black Friday, maybe wait till New Year sales, maybe even wait till next summer, and it might drop below £40. No guarantees. If this is a popular set, it will likely stay around £60 or drop even lower. No telling with what the price will do. But either way, I think for 4 characters, 2 sizable builds, slightly smaller than the LEGO Ideas Wally, I think it's a great set. Yes, Wally is just such an iconic character as well. If you haven't seen the Idea set, I definitely encourage you to check that out. I had a family member that had it, and it was a bit fragile, but that looked really good. And I think in terms of how this looks, this one is probably a little better than the Idea set. I mean, LEGO have taken their time designing this one. You've got the whole Wally family here, and there needs to be a Wally 2. I think a Wally 2 would do so well. I don't know, maybe that would ruin half the things that's special about the first one. I think a Wally 2, or a Wally series at least, something like that. I want to see those pizza plants. Spider-Man have a CMF, which is the third Marvel CMF. Hello there, Wyatt. Welcome to the stream. And yeah, this is, I kind of want to get them all, but at the same time, I kind of don't want to get them all. I feel like I'm a big Spider-Man fan. I'd love to collect them all. Oh, there you go. I go again. But maybe having 12 Spider-Men from the animated show is a little too much. I feel like this is where I draw the line for my Spider-Man collection. I also saw today there's a Spider-Man book that's come out with very similar to the Spider-Woman at the back. The second one in. Where are they? This one. This robotic looking one. There's a minifigure exclusive that's very similar to this one. That's based on a different variant from the comics. Peter B. Parker looks sick. I think, well, my favorite one is Spider-Punk. And if you are intrigued at what their other names are, there you go. There's all the different names. I think the Parker and Mayday Parker is cool. With a little baby sling. I think all of them are actually. We've got a similar thing to Vision's cape going on for Spider-Man 2099. The werewolf Spider-Man is great. I mean, the werewolf Spider-Man, you've got the little spider horse, the spider cat, amazing models. We've got the baby Spider-Man, or the Spider-May. We've also got Spider-Bite. That's my partner's favorite, which uses up those translucent arms and legs, which is nice. Yeah, it doesn't look real. These look like concepts, don't they, that other people release. Gonna use that dressing gown, a nice pink dressing gown. Definitely has uses outside. What do I think the Carl vs. Jet is gonna be next year? Oh, I don't know. I think it could be one of those high speed, you know, you have like the F1 car versus the fighter jet. They wouldn't do a fighter jet, but I think it could be interesting to get something like that and get the two of them. Yeah, this is one of the best CMFs I think they've done as well. I guess the Marvel ones all in all have much more detail than the regular CMFs. So I do think the Marvel ones, have there been any other license? Even the Disney ones, I feel like didn't live up to the Marvel ones. First season, I don't remember too much, but especially the second season of Marvel. And this just goes to show we could also get a Star Wars one. Star Wars, Indiana Jones and Marvel have the same contract with LEGO through Lucasfilm. Yeah, it is through Lucasfilm, because I don't understand where the Marvel connection is, but it's the same contract for the three of them. Maybe it's through Disney on behalf of Marvel and Lucasfilm. Can't remember now. There's a video of me talking about it, but they all have the same contract. So we could get an Indiana Jones CMF if it got popular enough. We could get a Star Wars one as well. Hello there, Scrap Squadron. Welcome back. The DC, oh, I forgot about the DC one. Wasn't that the Batman movie? Or did we get another DC one? I feel like the Batman movie might have been, no, the Batman movie was time ago. Yes, I remember the DC one. You are very welcome. Every month, for those of you that have just joined, every month we give out 10 members to join Master Mouldie's Members Monolith. So all 10 new members today will be added to the board. A custom Lego tile with your name 3D printed on top. And I'll be getting to do that probably not by the next stream, but some point later this week. Because I'm busy tomorrow and Monday, and then streaming again Tuesday. Then I'm probably recording on Wednesday, streaming Thursday, Friday. By Friday, I'll have it done. Oh. Yeah, I did forget about... The only thing I remember from the DC one is the Joker. I thought the Joker was pretty good. The white suit had so many possibilities. Kingpin probably jumps to mind first, but this one's just top tier. Look at the door molded legs for the shoes. Pretty much half of this CMF has door molded legs. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 door molded legs. That's. I mean, door molded legs are a given in a CMF, but I feel like the other characters just don't need. They've even printed this little line on this fig here for Spider-Man India because they can. It's CMF and it's Marvel. They want all the detail. The Joker was really good. I see Scrap Squadron. You're using one of the members' images, stickers. I don't know what you two call them, but nice to see those still work. I think I can add more now. When you hit different member thresholds, you can add more and more. So maybe I'll get a few more of them popping up. Yeah, my favourite's definitely the Hobby Brown, who's meant to be getting their own movie or show, something like that, as a spin-off after the 3rd movie. So look interested. I'm interested to see where that goes. Looking forward, that's what I mixed it up for. Looking forward, look interested. I'm interested and I'm looking forward to see where that goes. But is anyone picking up all 12? Because I'm definitely tempted to. I think it was different when there were only like 2 CMFs, and especially the main LEGO ones. I did pick up, for a solid 2 years or so, I was picking up every single minifigure. And still then, if I liked the figure and thought I could use it elsewhere, I'd go in and purposefully pick up some duplicates. Because you could feel out the bags back then. And then they started getting a load of the licensed ones and releasing like 4 a year. And suddenly that's like nearly £200, I think it's £45 each. So that's £180 in total for just 12 minifigures. And suddenly you're spending nearly £200 on them. Whereas you could be putting that towards the UCS set, like the ATST is only 180 only. That's the same amount of money as all 4 of these series. No problem, Scrap Squadron. May the bricks be with you. Yes, definitely come back to check out your name on the tile. I'll show it off in the next stream after I 3D print them all. I'm afraid, Grievous, it is out of my hands. You just have to keep watching and see if the YouTube gods will give you a membership. I can't bias it in any way. Probably pick up a few. Yeah, I definitely want to pick up the favourites in it, but I'm not sure out of anything else. What you're looking at?
I typed into the chat and it came up with a massive X and didn't go through.
Oh, why did it do that?
I don't know.
YouTube said nah.
No.
Oh, funny enough. Fair enough. All right. Now, the only September releases we haven't covered are the advent calendars. If you don't want to be spoiled, look away. We will. LEGO do show off every single build, and I know we've already looked at the Star Wars one. We've built everything from them. Was Friends the first one? Why do I feel like there was one? Oh no, Friends was. Yeah, Friends was the first one. All right, let's make sure we're getting them all here. These are all coming out September 1st. The Miles Morales Prowler looked good. Yes. I like as well with the Spider-Man CMF, it doesn't cover it online. And I feel like picking it up, the leaflet that comes in it probably won't cover it either. I didn't get any of the D&D ones in the end because I spent so long looking for the Mind Prowler that I never picked up any of the other ones. But you get the swappable heads. So you have one head, which is the Spider-Man mask. And sometimes there's an accessory with that. And then you get another head, which is the unmasked with the hair. That's great. I'd love to see that with more CMFs. That's a great feature. The one with crutches looks interesting. Yes, a fairly new crutches piece as well. No problem. The Friends Advent is probably the one I'm least excited about. There's some cool features to it, nonetheless. And I like the art style that goes with a bunch of these Friends sets. All of these characters do have background stories. It's not just like City, where they show up on one of the animated shorts or that and they get a name. They have so in-depth stories. If you're a fan of Friends and don't know about the character backstories, check them out, because a lot of them do have so interesting stories of what they've gone through. You've got the return of the horse element, which I've only seen on the night CMF. There was like a child that had the night costume and a pretend horse. I don't think I've seen that since. Must have been used in a set around that time, maybe recolored. But they are separate elements to the bars below them. Didn't realise that at the time. There's some of the hot chocolates with cream. We've got another Squishmallow. A reindeer Lego Squishmallow. Unofficially, because Squishmallows is owned by Builder. We've checked out one of the Builder Squishmallow sets. And they are official Squishmallow sets. So Lego were probably hoping for that collab instead. And ended up making these little alien molds. Perfect for Porgs. Still got to do that. But a load of animals, a lot of characters. And a lot of little scenes for what seems to be a Christmas sleepover. A nice couch here, and everyone seems to have their own little sleeping bag, which perfect size for a Minecraft bed. Minecraft still end up going too big. Also a little cheaper than the rest. This is £20 still, and I've seen somewhere this is 10% off. I can't remember where, but there's a pre-order somewhere that has this in the City one 10% off. So speaking of City, only right we do that one next. The crutches weren't actually that accurate as in the movie. He uses a giant spider wheelchair. That would have been cool for the CMF, a giant spider wheelchair. That sounds sick. So Friends is mini dolls. It's the only advent now that uses mini dolls, because Disney have gone to micro dolls instead of mini dolls. We'll take a look at the difference in a second. But they're not minifigures. They are these mini dolls which work slightly differently. I would love to see Lego integrate these more, because we've seen, most of us have probably seen the mock-ups and the concepts of the Kaminoans as mini dolls. I think that would have been perfect. Kaminoans needed to be mini dolls. It fits so well, but I can understand why Lego want to keep their iconic minifigure design instead. I just think mini dolls, it could be worked in with minifigures just a little bit, or at least given the opportunity from time to time. Maybe we need a Kaminoan Friends set, a little expansion pack or a battle pack with a few Kaminoans in it. Oh, there we go. The sun's creeping through again, slowly but surely. For City, we've also taken a look quite into depth at this, because we've got, look at that tree costume. If this isn't on the Builder minifigure wall anytime soon, I'm going to regret not picking this up. Another little alien Squishmallow down here. Actually, these two advent calendars, the City and the Friends, are why I'm not collecting them, because I know we've got a few of them in Friends sets, and there was also a few in like Izzy's mech 20 in one build for the Dreams wave. That included a Bunchu Squishmallow. I'm going to call them Squishmallows. Officially they're not, unofficially they so are. And then finding them on the Advent and probably however many other sets in the new year, I can't afford to keep collecting them. But we also get a nice Christmas space jumper underneath. Is anyone going to be collecting every colour of Christmas space jumper? Because so many customs have already made a design that looks like this to sell coming up to Christmas. So there's going to be every single colour available. Even ones that Lego haven't done for space, and a bunch of mini builds of sets released either through the year or just iconic Lego builds. We get a little pup, a kitten, a recolor of the teddy bear. So far we've seen the teddy bear and the Bunchu. I recently recolored them for Labubu's. We've got a purple, a pink, and a blue Labubu. And now we've seen a polar bear recolor. I didn't notice that first time, and that's why it's always good to take another look at some of these sets. And then we have another Christmas jumper here. The reindeer, very similar to the CMF we got a few years back, and not much more to it, but the figures. That Christmas jumper, the space one, and also the Christmas tree costume. I will be keeping my eye very closely on Bricklink for those pieces. Do we get to see what the other Christmas jumper is? Because we don't get a clear shot. We need like we need this sort of shot for the Christmas jumpers, because I just can't see what they are. Look, they're not in any of the photos. Their back's turned in that one. Okay, we're going to have a little look when that set comes out. These are the mini dolls. aka the micro dolls. Yeah, it's funny with mini dolls or micro dolls because they are advertised as the typical like girls Lego minifigure, which, you know, Lego are trying, and I feel like this is just a business thing. It just doesn't work out. Lego are trying to cater to all, but why can't girls enjoy Star Wars? Why can't girls enjoy, you know, other things that girls enjoy? And why can't other people enjoy mini dolls? I really enjoy like the £7 to £9 mini doll sets, especially like the giant croissant character and the boba tea character. They're really fun to build, easy to put together, and it's odd. It's odd. They have a whole promo going on Lego at the minute. She built that, which I always joke about with my partner. It'd be funny that if the set's built for the store displays, there's no telling who built them. So having a she built that, and if it was a mouse store worker that built the set on display, the irony there. But they're always advertising Disney Friends, never construction, never Technic, never Star Wars, which I feel like is working the opposite in this day and age. You know, having a display like that, it's kind of like the adults welcome. It kind of is like the adults welcome in the sense of adults were welcome. If you slap an adults welcome sign, it makes it seem like adults weren't welcome, which was true at Lego stores. Lego can't deny it, and you know, they have apologized time and time for it. But adults weren't welcome in a lot of Lego stores, and I've heard some really bad examples. I'm lucky enough that all the London Lego stores and the other stores I've been to, Southampton, lovely staff members, so not had any problems with them. But yeah, it seems a bit counterproductive, doesn't it? Oh, welcome back, Scrap. Thank you. We need themes that are unisex, although some themes are. Yeah, I feel like all themes kind of are unisex, because with Lego, it's not a case of. I mean, it's never really a case, at least for me growing up, it was never a case of, you know, blue was boys, pink was girls, because that kind of stopped after 2000. But yeah, I feel like Lego's more on a base of, if you enjoy Frozen, this advent calendar's for you. If you enjoy, not if you're a girl, this advent calendar's for you, because not all girls like Frozen. So it goes with any small population. You can't guarantee they like Frozen. So I feel like Lego's based more on interest as opposed to a characteristic. They ask you on surveys your gender, your age, and stuff like that. And a lot of it is like where you bought the set. And that's just so they can calculate which target audience they've got, especially for specific stores. But I feel like it's based a lot more off interest. Taking a little look at some of the dolls from this set though, because look, they're kind of like the Z-Blob. Kind of like the Z-Blob pieces. That's a minifigure head for Olaf's body. The fact that they've used a head for the body and they've got a custom head, that's a cool mold actually. But probably about this, I am a ghost again, probably about this tall, same as the micro dolls, which we'll refer to them as micro dolls because the micro figures aren't much shorter than this. And if it works for an advent, it works. I feel like you're missing that pool of, oh, there's minifigures in this set, but look at all the extra bricks you're getting for the builds. I don't feel like there's many small ones. There's some sort of game as well with a spinny top. Wonder how that's going to work. Do we get an open picture of the box? Oh yeah, it's like a little, it's a pathway going up. I want to say snakes and ladders, but you need some snakes for it to be snakes and ladders. It's just ladders. No snakes, just ladders. And it hooks over itself twice. I feel like we had a Harry Potter advent like this not too long ago. Disney does usually target a young audience, and I think we've seen that change with Lego recently, with the 18+ sets, with Wally, the Beauty and the Beast castle. We're seeing so many more adult sets. Now, 18+ is an 18+. As we say, it's usually 16+, sometimes even more of a 12+, but some of them do have complicated techniques. And the Luxo Junior lamp as well, we're seeing a lot more 18 plus sets. So they're kind of spraying across the board, as far as Lego sets at least. And Disney's also so iconic that it's for everyone. Adults will have fond memories, kids will be making fond memories. I feel like Disney has it easy. Sunday just gone, is a Star Wars fan and Lego. Yeah, it is nice when you share it, especially, right, because me and my partner are both big Star Wars fans, so it makes sense we'd be picking up the Star Wars Advent. We'll take a look at that one next. Seems to be the one that most of us are interested in, so it makes sense we'll be picking up this one. But if we're both opening an Advent, that means we've got space to open another Advent, and we can get 2 of them, which I think it's going to be Harry Potter this year. But Star Wars is nice. We've built this already. Nice to be getting the 3PO. Should have had the golden leg. It's my only nitpick with this entire Advent. I like the little buildable room from episode 9. The Buzz Droid's pretty cool. Not perfect, but I am struggling so hard to make the perfect Buzz Droid. I've seen a few different builds out there, and they come close. But honestly, they come about just as close as the Lego Buzz Droids without making separate molds or, blue tacking pieces illegally. I don't think there's a way to do the Buzz Droid. Not as accurate as you see it in the movie. It has to be blown up like the Astromechs. The domes on a Buzz Droid are the same size as an Astromech's head in universe, so it makes sense that that element's used in Lego. It's just really hard to find the scale for the rest of the Buzz Droid. No problem. Lurker's welcome too. Yeah, it's nice to have people to talk about different Star Wars sets and even Star Wars news. D23 is happening this weekend. Completely forgot about this, and it's technically not the full D23 experience, so don't get worried about missing any announcements. It's Destination D23. Star Wars Celebration this year in Japan. Last year, this year in Japan announced that they will be doing a Star Wars Celebration every 2 years, and I completely forgot that last year at D23 they announced the same thing with a Destination D23 happening every other year, and that's going to focus on the park. So if you're a fan of Disney World, I don't think there's been anything scheduled for the Disney parks. I think it's just Disney World. But if you're a fan of Disney World or any of the Disney parks, keep your eye out for any new rides, any new announcements, any new themes for Halloween, for Christmas maybe, being announced over this weekend, and maybe a few other bits sprinkled in between. But it makes sense why we got so many Marvel movies named last year, if they're not doing a D23 this year. And then we'll get more announcements next year after Mando movie. See how well that does as to how many other Star Wars projects are going to be paid off in full just by the revenue. They come out with a popcorn bucket of like Grogu's pod or Mando's helmet, I have to pick it up. That'd be awesome. After talking about popcorn buckets the other day, it has to be done. Still would have, I tell you what, the only nitpick is 3PO's non-gold leg, which should be gold with the movie because he has 2 gold legs in the sequels. But the only change would be Ahsoka's droid into Plo's droid. And I'm not sure now if I would want Plo's brown droid or the dark blue droid. After building them both, I kind of want the dark blue droid. That would have been nice because we haven't really seen those parts before. I think we got one dark blue droid that wasn't fully dark blue. Hello there, BR Bricks. Happy Saturday. Yes, indeed. Happy Saturday. It is a happy Saturday because it's almost Lego release day. You once called your friend at 3 in the morning when the V19 pictures dropped. Yeah, he probably weren't awake until he heard that there were V19 images. That set looks so good. I'm waiting for it to hit £40. After seeing the U-Wing pop up, I picked up the U-Wing for £60 and that's now £40 in most places. The V19 hits £40. I might have to pick it up. I'll have to see if there's like a gift with purchase anytime, because right now we've just had actually up until the end of the month, so today and tomorrow we've got a poly bag. Let's see if I've got any old tabs open. There you go. We got this poly bag, the off-road police buggy, which I did pick up in January because it comes with a nice 2x3 tile of one of the prisoners from the city sets. It's a pretty decent set, but I'll be honest, I picked it up completely for the tile, and at £3.50, I think I got it on free for £10 as well, so £3.33 isn't too bad. But this is purchases of £35 or more, which is nice to see that they're sticking around to that £35 threshold. Don't want them going back up to £45. Did see the Arc 170 for $50 US, which is about 40 to 45. Yeah, that was another set that I didn't pick up the Arc 170 for full price, did I? I can't remember. I think I might have been gifted that. No, Ahsoka's I picked up for full price. That was another May purchase. But the Arc 170, I got that, and that was a really fun build. And also, if you do have the Arc 170, I have to remind you all again, because some of you are new, if you picked it up before the cockpits changed, contact LEGO. They will give you some trans clear cockpits rather than trans black cockpits, because they have changed them so they're accurate to Revenge of the Sith if you do want to display it next to Plo's Delta and are bothered about such a change. You can get 3 cockpits and a sticker sheet free on lego.com. If you search, if you don't want to deal with anyone, because I know the chat can take some time to respond, you know, it's a chat, it's going to take as long as it takes. But if you search for LEGO replacement parts, you can go straight through and order them without speaking to anyone. And as long as you haven't tried to scam LEGO out of free parts, then it should be smooth sailing straight through. And it says, I think it was like 2 to 3 weeks, it says they're dispatched. I got mine in like 2 to 3 days. So if you do it now, before Christmas comes up, you shouldn't have to wait too long for your parts, which is nice. By the way, is that a Mr. Bones in the advent calendar? It isn't, but it could be a reference to an extent. I think it's got gold legs, doesn't it? On the cover here, you can see Babu Frick is building a droid with a white torso, a red arm, gold legs, a tan head, and I think there's a black arm as well. These elements are spread throughout the advent. You can see the gold legs and white torso in this crate, the head is in here, the black and the red arms are in this barrel over here, and I'm hoping my mouse is showing up on the stream. And it's like a hidden droid that you can build. There's no instructions for it, but as you can see on the box, enough elements to put together, and no doubt will technically be its own unique build on Bricklink as well. There'll probably be a listing if you did want to complete your collection. But no exclusive pieces. The gold legs have showed up in plenty in the To The Corner modular. There's like 6, 7 of them in there. But Mr. Bones in LEGO would be nice. That would be pretty good. I think that's all there is for the Star Wars Advent. The Christmas figures this year are the Jawa with a Christmas shirt and a Snowman BB-8. Could this be the return of regular Christmas minifigures? Think of the Snowman R2, the Snowman Chewbacca, the Santa Maul, Santa Yoda, Santa 3PO. We've got so many of them already. Could we be seeing non-sweater minifigures with sweater minifigures? I would love if we got one sweater, one non-sweater every year. I think BB-8 being a droid, maybe people would have wished for another build that was not that was Christmassy, like a minifigure, another Christmassy minifigure. As we know, droids aren't included as minifigures by LEGO. But the jar is a fine addition to the collection alongside all the other characters. And actually, I'm looking up there for them. I can't find them because they've been moved just up to the top. Just out of frame. Just out of frame. Jumpers so far, we've got Luke, Leia, Vader, Palps, R2, 3PO, Ewok, Poe Dameron, and the Jawa. So that is our ninth Christmas sweater for Star Wars. Nope, 11th. I still don't have Finn or Rey. So that's our 11th Star Wars Christmas jumper. Speaking of Christmas jumpers, we get 8. We get 8 jumpers with Harry Potter. Where's our 8 Christmas jumpers in Star Wars? That's like every trilogy can be touched there. This looks amazing. This is awesome. Oh, hello there, Agatha. Just picked up the Night Trooper Battle Pack. Nice. I'm still working on an alt build. I'm still brainstorming an alt build because I picked up 2 of them. And I feel like we can make a better transport dropship. So I'll be working on that at some point later in the week. Maybe that's my recording for Wednesday. I'll see what I can get done. And yeah, hopefully that'll be out soon because they're also pretty common parts. Besides maybe the Undertale 1x3s, I only had, so on the wings of the battle pack, slight detour here. We've got 2 of these 1x3 Undertales, the inverted tiles. I only owned 2 of them before from the F1 make and take that we did earlier in the year, and each of these has 8. So I now own 18 of them, which is going to be awesome for mock building. So can't wait to get working on that. But look at this advent. Butterbeer, everything looks awesome. What's my favourite? I quite like the stag because it reminds me of my ice gonk that I made. That kind of looks like a Force Ghost gonk, thinking about it. The chocolate frog. Oh, the butterbeer, the skelly grow. The mandrake just looks like it's out for the count. It's been drinking too much butterbeer. The Book of Monsters is pretty nice as well. Get some of the big coins. My favourite, I like the Aragog as well. And the fact that it looks like Aragog can be ridden. Can a minifigure sit on Aragog? Why is there Aragog's my favourite if he can have a minifigure sat on. I don't know why. The sorting hat looks a little sad. I think the chocolate frog's probably my favourite. Second, very closely, followed by Aragog. Farewell, Aragog. Picked up the Star Wars Advent Calendar on sale at Costco yesterday. It's not meant to be out for another 2 days. Moon Shoes, how did you find it? Costco is awesome. I definitely need to look at getting a membership still with everything that I've spent on LEGO Star Wars this year, even just for like the May purchase. I don't think there's been a big purchase outside of May. If I pick up a load more sets, Costco deliver, and it's free delivery over like 50 quid, which basically everything qualifies for. So I'm going to have to look at a Costco membership. Definitely. Unless you don't need a membership for online. Love alt builds. Very curious to see what I do with the transport. You made alt builds for the AV7 cannon from the 501st Battle Pack. I think I made a few, but the only one that made it out was the AT-RT Walker, and it had a little target with it. That was a fun one. And the Clone Speeder Bike from the Clone V Droids pack. Oh, that sounds nice. No problem, Agata. May the bricks be with you. Also, we've got the 4 different types of jumpers, one from each house. I am a Gryffindor. My partner is a Ravenclaw. So I would have the owl with a candy cane. Fit in. Absolutely love candy canes. If you saw the Disney Store video when we were in Hamleys, that candy cane tree, I want one of them. That would be awesome. Although I don't know with the lights and that around it if the candy canes would get a bit too warm and go a bit soft. But they should be okay. Moon Shoes for the win for sure. Getting the Advent early, on sale, and recently as well. Recently, early and on sale. That's like a triple win. Ravenclaw's got the Pixie. Hufflepuff have the Mandrake, and Slytherin have something with a Santa hat. I can't even tell. I might need to consult a Harry Potter specialist. I don't know what this is. Do you know what this is?
No.
No, we have no idea. Anyone in chat know what the Slytherin? It's a Santa hat, which is kind of confusing it. Oh, I think the Pixie's got a bow on it as well. So the Pixie's got a bow, the owl has a candy cane, the Mandrake has mistletoe. 3 bits of mistletoe. It's a berry bush, and that's got mistletoe in its top. It looks like it's got a fuzzy bottom though. That's the bit that's confusing me about Slytherin. And there's also, what's that in the back? There's Hogwarts. Hogwarts in the back at the top of the jumper and some trees at the bottom. I don't know what it is. I don't know. And that's on 2 different characters per house. We have, can I name them all? I know Luna, I know Cho, I know Cedric, Malfoy, Harry. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, yes, definitely. Before the crowds get out there. No problem. Thank you for stopping by, Moonshoes. May the bricks be with you. Let's see if they've got the names at the bottom, and maybe that will give us an idea to what's on the jumper. Popular characters. That doesn't help me. I don't know my Harry Potter characters. We have Harry Potter, Cho Chang, Draco Malfoy, Luna Lovegood. Wait, that was it. We knew those characters. 8 minifigures. Okay. Cho, Draco, Hannah Abbott, Angelina Johnson. Can't say I've heard of any of those names. Luna Lovegood, Blaze Zabini. Yeah, I don't know those 3 characters. And Cedric Diggory. I feel like I didn't say 8 names there, but I got 8 fingers up, so we're good. You are always hearing Force Ghost Spirit. Yeah, the calendars are expensive. So £30, they used to be £25. Happy that the City and the Friends one are still £20. I don't remember them ever being £15. So they're both 20. The licensed ones are £30, and that is just because LEGO are giving a percentage of all these sets back to the license, or the license costs, or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if LEGO are taking £20 and then £10 does go towards the license for advent calendars. Maybe there's a different rule with them. Because I doubt Harry Potter go to LEGO and go, oh, can we have an advent calendar? I'm sure it's the other way around. I don't know if Harry Potter's affected by this. I don't know, maybe. Maybe they do. And then last but not least, we also have the Minecraft advent calendar, which looks so cool, especially the minis up top. I mean, all of this. We get a polar bear, which is nice. We get a few micro scenes and like the Iron Golem, the Warden as well in a micro build. Not sure if we've got an updated big Warden. We got one at least. Not sure how many we got. We got a 2x4 trans blue water plate. Nice. An enchantment table. A lectern. Can't remember what that skeleton's called again now. Oh, could be a basilisk with a Santa hat. That's a good point. Oh, yeah, let's take one last look at that. It could be. Because then instead of, I guess I saw those as arms, but then it could be jumping out of something. Maybe they're fangs instead of arms. Yeah, it's confusing. Nonetheless, very confusing. Square cake, happy to see that returning. And look at that villager. Also, actually, that 1x1 brick with the little snowy pattern on it, the little shimmery pattern. LEGO, that's been on the pick and build wall as well. LEGO have used that for a few different things. A gingerbread house, it would be perfect for, but an enchantment table, I think we can take. It's a pretty good use of it, especially with a sparkly effect. That's turned out quite nicely. But this is all there is to it. I say all there is. Look, there's a snow golem, and I'm sure there's probably little references. We've got a campfire and a chair with signs on the side. It's a great build. I love the jumpers, especially the villager. We don't get any close-ups. No, especially the villager with the Santa costume and the witch hat that's been recolored red. A golem jumper, a creeper jumper. We're gonna have to add these to our collection. But if you're like us, and me and my partner do have a lot of Minecraft sets, I'm probably just gonna decal the torsos we already have, because we have a lot of Steve's and Alex's that I'm probably not gonna sell. It's a lot of effort to try and put those up on the store, and you know, we need something to populate our Minecraft world. So I might just decal some custom Christmas jumpers for them. we could add a few different like creeper skeleton ones and stuff. And especially for Alex, the creeper jumper fits so well with the colors. I think it works really well. Anyway, before we go, let's take a look at, no problem, Groovers, thank you for chilling. May the bricks be with you. Before we go, let's have a little look at October whilst I build the poly bag from today, because I do want to get that built. And for the paper poly bags, rather than trying to tear them open, I don't keep the paper poly bags. I have to admit, I've got like the unopened Falcon, but all the other paper poly bags, barring Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon we kept because we got a misprint. That's got memories. But all the others I don't keep, but I get my penknife, open it at the bottom, and then pour them out because it just feels neater. I'm not tearing through the print. Maybe there's no real reason behind it. I'm just trying to find an excuse. But, oh, missed a piece. There we go. But it just looks nice, doesn't it? It just keeps the presentation of the bag and doesn't ruin it. So, we've seen the Game Boy. That's got some nice stickered elements, hopefully. And also the screen in it. Still want to see how that works. I haven't seen anyone have this in person, in hand. I did see, though, the Tiago. I think it was Tiago had a video pop up. So I've saved that to watch. I want to see if all three screens are reactive to the light, like at different angles they look different, or if it's just the Nintendo one. I will let you know next month by the time I've watched that video. Well, it's going to be next month either way, next stream. But yeah, when we take a look at this for October with a few other sets, I'll let you know about that. More brickheads for Stranger Things. Could there be new sets on the way? We'll have to see how this new season goes. Not long now to go before the new Stranger Things show. We've got the bouquet of pink roses, which looks really nice. Some more Wednesday builds. Big fan of how this house goes together, and actually both of these, they've done really well. Lego sets just aren't now what they were, in the best way. Lego sets quality control is through the roof. I don't know how they're going to improve past here. And then today we got Gizmo announced. Up for pre-order, releasing October the 1st in just over a month's time. Oh wow. Look how big this instruction sheet is. This thing's massive. And it's literally... Oh, does it say? It doesn't have step numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 side builds. They're the 2 side builds, and they're the 5 steps. Mad. Well, I don't have to worry about like missing any of these pieces. Hopefully not. Gizmo's cool. This is a 2-in-1, and it says so. It doesn't say on the, maybe it says on the back of the box. It's a 2-in-1 build because you can have Gizmo standing up or sitting down, and similar to the reason why Stitch can't stand up from the big buildable Stitch, either of the buildable Stitches, I think there were 2, is because the mechanism holding up the legs is just so different. That's not exactly how it works. Thought I'd missed Harry's hair. Whoa, that is a chunky piece for Harry's hair. But it's nice that Lego include with the £90 set the extra pieces needed. I mean, we can see the extra pieces needed to switch out between... Okay, there you go. I'm gone again. We can see the extra pieces needed to switch out between standing and sitting. I think that's really nice. The only area Lego suffers in quality control is Clone Troopers. Actually, oh, I guess the gift with purchase, they're also Clone Troopers. The arm printing. The arm printing for the gift with purchase sucks. The fact that I've seen so many other people that have had the same problem with the Clone Cadets arm printing not being too good. It isn't great. It isn't great. I don't think, again, it feels nitpicky because of how good Lego is with their quality control. It does feel, I've said it again. That's it, the sun's going. Because of how good Lego is with their quality control, when they do mess up, it's like this big problem. Whereas perhaps we've just all got sets that are not tip-top shape, especially picking up 2 of them myself. You know, I'm only increasing my odds picking more, but yeah, there are a few issues with clones, not just the cadets, other clone troopers as well. Look at even like the helmet holes. That has been a big debate. The fact that Lego got rid of helmet holes and then they brought them back as a separate hole, which I don't feel like helmet holes really were a problem back in. I mean, I wouldn't really know if they were. I wasn't too into keeping up with what everyone else said, which I feel like is probably the difference there. But yeah, I feel like helmet holes never were a problem for Lego figures, for Lego Clone Troopers at least. Pretty bad. Also, the Galactic Marines without the printed Tull backpack. Oh yes, that's... especially given the fact that printed Tull's just been used for the 501st, and the 501st, didn't we get that in... I want to say it was in the Windu Legion, in that set. It might have been included. Right, there's our little statue. Definitely going to be stealing this torso for a statue minifigure. Maybe building a little segment of Rivendell. But yeah, the Galactic Marines, I think, need a battle pack. And maybe that could be the redemption. Maybe in the battle pack they can include the printed tiles. The only way I see that being an actual problem, though, is if the same person designed the 501st battle pack and the Juggernaut and just forgot they... because that was the first time those printed tiles were used. Oh yeah, so they can't have been the Republic Freighter. The Freighter, the tank. So maybe it was just that battle pack that the tiles were used and they didn't know about it for the Juggernaut. But that's what we need someone at LEGO to go, well, we do have this piece that could be used. We need like a mediator between. We need a historian. You know all those channels out there that a new set comes out and they instantly compare every other version of it that's been released? We need a LEGO Star Wars historian to be hired by LEGO so that when they do something, they can chime in and be like, well, actually, 17 and a half years ago, in this set with 500 pieces that cost XYZ, we had a piece, and someone that would like be, maybe not off the top of their head, but you know, consult a visual dictionary. They make enough of them. And then they'd be able to find elements that they can then use for new sets without, you know, just using a plain tile instead, that sort of thing. That would be quite good. One of your Aspire movies as a kid was Gremlins. Oh, I've got a few family members that like Gremlins, but me and my partner were talking and we can't remember which family members love Gremlins and which ones hate them, because some people love them. They're kind of like Ewoks, quite cute and cuddly, and other people are just creeped out by them and just can't stand them whatsoever. So I think this would make a great Christmas gift for either of them. Trying to build something that you don't like the look of might be a bit hard though. But I do like this. I must have watched Gremlins at some point. I remember bits and pieces, but you know, I'd have been so young. I need to rewatch Gremlins. I feel like it's a Christmas movie, so maybe for Christmas, that's what I'll be doing. Rewatching Gremlins. It's a nice dark red ball piece as well. That's going in the chest, but the snitch I'm actually giving to Harry Potter.
I think I might have found an answer.
Oh, what's this for? I've asked many things.
On the slithering jumper.
Oh, we might have an answer to what's on the slithering jumper.
A Grindylow.
Nice. A Grindylow? There's a snitch.
Yes. One of the, I assume like one of those mermaid water creatures.
Oh, Grindylow. I butchered that. Oh, wow. That was bad. I butchered that. All right. Definitely a Christmas movie. Yeah, it's almost Christmas. By the way, actually, it's almost Halloween. Happy Frankenstein Day to you all. It is National, International, maybe International Frankenstein Day. At least National Frankenstein Day. Happy Frankenstein Day to all you Brits out there. Maybe worldwide. I didn't check that. But on the Harry Potter Christmas jumper, the Slytherin one, is this. They look cuter in the movies, definitely, than that. But you can kind of see I've got so many tabs open. I have not shut down a single tab all stream. So however many tabs you've seen me open, like 30. There's 30 tabs open. I'm surprised I'm still running the stream as smooth as I am. But this, with a Santa hat here, is a Grindalo. 2 little arms. You got that.
Well, I put my
Suspicious smile.
disclaimer. That was based off what someone
We've disclaimed that you might have found it. I agree. It looks like a Grindalo because it's got the little tentacle bit at the bottom, doesn't it? Which is... We don't want a DIY one. Do we get a full shot at them in the movie? Oh, there we go. That's from... That's the Harry Potter. What's that? Men in Black in it? Is that with the alien? Kind of looks like that one. Yeah, so it's a Grindalo. It's this thing here, which looks a bit better in the movies, but I think that definitely works out for what is on the Harry Potter jumper. That is now our headcanon. Saw the Home Alone set on your Target shelf. Oh, that's going to be a good one when it hits the sale. And yes, Union Jackal, welcome back to another stream. That is Luna Lovegood in the middle there of Hufflepuff. Although, wait, I said that was Luna Lovegood of Ravenclaw. Is that not Luna Lovegood? They've both got Luna Lovegood hairs, different styles from different eras. I think that's the older Luna Lovegood hair. No, that must be Luna Lovegood. I don't know, because Draco's not on the Draco's not on the cover. Still got the new Black Pearl on the top of your list. That's fair. Yeah, Gizmo's pretty cool. Can't wait for LEGO to send you your Cruella de Vil car that you pre-ordered. Funny you say that. That's the first set we looked at because that's the only set that isn't 29. So 29 out of 30 products here. This is everything coming out September to October on lego.com. Let's go to page 2. Make sure we check thoroughly. Keep your eye out for that Cruella de Vil car. And there's something missing. Because don't worry, you'll still get it. If you pre-ordered it, you will still get it. It's still up on the lego.com site. It's still available, but they've hidden it for some reason from the new list. So not sure why they did that. What house does Luna Lovegood?
She's Ravenclaw, I believe.
She is Ravenclaw. So we were right first time, and we were wrong second time. This isn't Luna Lovegood. This is... Oh, let's see if we can deduce it from the specifications. Because we've got Harry and Cho. No, Cho is not.
Hannah Abbott?
Cho is not. Hannah Abbott. All right, yeah, this wouldn't have worked.
Blonde heads.
Oh, that's a good deduction. Yeah, I thought they were going to pair them up based on house. They didn't. So Hannah Abbott is in the... Who's the other Slytherin? This is Hannah Abbott. Because there were 3 characters that I didn't recognise. We have... Blaze. And who's Angelina Johnson? We should be able to find that. That's Blaze. She's
Gryffindor.
Yeah, she's the other Gryffindor. Mad. Right, a lot of Ravenclaws that we know, I guess. But there are so many good sets. Oh yeah, should have said about the spider warning as well at the start. I think the tarantula is quite cute. The fact that you could get a minifigure on top for sure. And you've got a mix here of short legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Slytherin's got 2 short legs. They look like midi legs for Cho and Cedric. Well, actually, for Angelina, all 3 of them look like they've got midi legs, no long legs. So you'd only need 1.5 studs for the minifigure to fit. Oh. But that looks like a great advent. I think the advents we'll be picking up are definitely the Harry Potter one and the Star Wars one. Probably waiting for a sale. £30. I feel like these would go down to £25 pretty quickly. I just don't know how quickly. And then, yeah, everything else. I don't know if I'd pick up anything else from the September wave. There's a few good sets. A few really good sets. Let's go back to the list. So we've got Cruella de Vil's car. That trick shot set. The fact that you can actually trick shot with it. That's fun. Wally, great set. Might be picking up a few Spider-Man figs. Might just be. I've got to keep my eye out as well when they go on sale. Maybe I'll pick up a few more. The wall art for Emerald City is great again. Advent calendars, Star Wars, Harry Potter, Black Pearl, Hogsmeade, Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory, and Arkham Asylum. So many expensive sets.
I have a query.
Query away?
So when I'm on Lego,
yeah,
here it looks like a whiteboard.
Yeah, there are meant to be other rewards.
It's not showing up.
No. So there are meant to be other Hogwarts rewards, and I've seen the images time and time again. When they were trying to reveal... Alright, I can't find it. Let's get a random Harry Potter setup. What's the most popular one? Oh, the Thestrals. Maybe that's because we Googled that earlier. But as part of the Back to Hogwarts, there are meant to be some exclusive rewards. They did the same with Star Wars, didn't advertise them well at all. And there's this whiteboard here with, they look like stickers rather than magnets of different characters, a whiteboard pen. And this is one of the, quote, many rewards you can get. How many will be Harry Potter themed? I don't know. But when you go and look through the rewards, as you've just done there, as I've done time and time again in the last month since they announced it, you can't find them. So hopefully September 1st, they will reveal this and it will be up to spend your points on. Probably be, you know, like 1,000 or so points. Probably like 2,500, something like that, which is just over £15 worth. A lot to do that. And then all you have to do once you redeem this is make a purchase within 6 months and they'll deliver it with your order, which you don't have to pay any extra for shipping unless you haven't met free delivery. Quite nice the way they do it. But that is a Buckbeak as well on the advent calendar. Yes, that is a tiny buildable Buckbeak just on the right hand side. I think this is the best advent calendar of this year by far. That's if Lego made a puppet pal. And Cedric Diggory. Yeah, Cedric Diggory has had three minifigures. Oh wait, he's just got a set in it as well with them in. But I know he's exclusive to a load of the books and stuff. Cedric's not a common minifigure to get. So the fact that you get him and 3 other rare characters, this might be the first time the other 3 characters have popped up in a set. I know Cho, Harry, Draco and Luna are, well, Harry and Draco are like a penny a piece, and Luna's quite common as well. Cho's popped up a few times, including last year's polybag. So fairly common figures for the lot of them. Nice to be getting the other 4. That'd be nice, yeah. Next year's advent calendar, maybe. Just hope we get an alternate head for Spider-Punk. We do. All right, I'm going to wrap it up on the Spider CMF because as you see, on here, all of them have their masks on. So you get the mask with the nice afro piece. And then if we scroll down, they don't show an image, but they do show these images here. Spider-Punk being in the middle, alternate head and hair piece, as well as the other one. Maybe I need to get 2 of these figures so I can display one each. But I feel like the mask off and the mask on a display stand looks a lot better than the mask on and the head on a display stand. That's creepy. So I'll have to build a snazzy display stand for these. I guess Werewolf Spider-Man doesn't have an alternate head. Actually, I guess this probably reveals it. I guess Web Slinger, Spider Bite, Cyborg Spider-Woman, Sun Spider, and Werewolf Spider-Man are the 5 that don't have alternate heads. But the other 5 characters that we see remove their masks do have alternate heads, which is, by the way they pair them up, good versus evil. You got the light and dark side Miles. Then Superheroes Unite, Gwen Stacy, Hobby Brown. Crime Fighters, I mean, criminal maybe. Crime fighter? Interesting choice. Protect and serve, again, seems very generic. Ready for action, champions of the Spider-Verse. I like the good versus evil. That was a nice reference. Marvel or DC? I am definitely more of a Marvel fan. I think DC have just repeated too much in the past. But then again, Marvel do like to make a load of Lego sets on the Endgame battle. In terms of September, you know, Marvel's presence is for the rest of the year. Normally Marvel have a big set. DC have taken it this year. Lego see them as superheroes, one in the same, which is fair enough. I can't wait to see, actually. Someone commented on the community post. I can't remember who you are, but shout out to you. Someone commented that imagine Thursday's announcement stream for a big set coming out October is the announcement, because they've advertised it as Star Wars. When you search Star Wars, it pops up. Watch it not do it now. Normally it pops up in the middle here. Oh, I've already clicked on it. It's gone. If you search Star Wars on lego.com, usually there's a tile in the middle here that there's a big announcement coming soon, and it takes you through to the page for Thursday's stream. Imagine though, this is what the comment said, imagine if it's a reveal stream for the Enterprise, for the Starship Enterprise, the SS Enterprise from Star Trek, and they've just got a bunch of Star Wars fans excited for the possibility of the UCS Death Star, and it's just the Enterprise announcements. I hope they do announce it at the start of the stream, just as a little fun gag. But if you were picking up all the sets coming out September 1st, September... All right, we've been going for long enough now. How long have we been? 2 hours. 2 hours and no one noticed that. 2 hours and no one pulled me up on September. Fair enough. I'll let you all go. £2,004.26 it would cost you if you were picking up every set coming out September 1st, which is a lot of money. A lot of these sets are expensive. I don't think many people will have them all outside of LAN, maybe. I don't know how many big Lego sets LAN are giving away. I also wonder, anyone that does have like all of these big sets, I wonder how many little sets they're also picking up. Because these add up. The big sets probably only come to 1.2k. And the other couple hundred is definitely all these play sets. I guess it depends if you include the art sets or not. What's my favourite Lego? Favorite Lego theme is Star Wars. Star Wars, Creator and Minecraft. I think I agreed on earlier, but if I keep talking about it, it's going to switch up. So we'll see how it changes there. I like the fact that the CMFs come with the separate faces. Would like to see that a bit more for all sets. We're starting to get helmets and hairs. A lot of money, isn't it? £2,000, just over £2,000. And so far, let's look before we get any big announcements. So far, the October wave is only compared to £2,000, only costing us £400. But that will soon over triple, nearly quadruple, depending when the Enterprise is coming out. 400 for these ain't too bad. The most expensive set so far is actually Gizmo from the Gremlins. Same with the Morticia Cottage, but Gizmo's newer. Gizmo gets the list. October is spelt correctly at least. So that has been all the sets coming out September 1st. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. That is all for today. Nice 2-hour stream. We've got the poly bag built. I will try to do some sort of video with this poly bag as well. I do want to build the one from last year. So maybe that will be the video. We will compare the two because initially I said last year's was better. And I think I meant this year's was better. But I'm unsure now. I've completely confused myself. And I'll have to build it and see what I think. Because last year's has the feature, but this year's has the statue. I really like this statue. Weeping Angel inbound, by the way. If I've got a grey hair piece, this would make... I guess I need a decal for the face. Because Lego have made a Weeping Angel. I didn't pick up the idea set. It's an expensive figure to get. So I will definitely be customizing this guy into a Weeping Angel. You like the Creator 3-in-1. Oh, the pieces. Creator 3-in-1 always used to be good for the builds. But now the pieces, the recolors as well. The recolors are So fun. Oh, the Game Boy. You might get your dad the Game Boy for Christmas. I think that's a great set to pick up, especially, again, keep your eye out. I might talk about it in an upcoming stream, but I'll be revisiting it at the end of September, just before it comes out in October. I want to know if all 3 screens have some sort of interactive ability. So I'll be watching that Tiago review of it for sure. Until then, thank you so much for tuning into this stream, everyone that popped in or out, or if you're watching it on demand, I hope you have a great day, and may the bricks be with you